I'm going to show you how to make sauerkraut. It's delicious and incredibly easy. So this morning I've already chopped up a nice head of organic cabbage that we got at the farmer's market. Best place to get cabbage. So I've chopped that up. I salted it to taste, not according to anyone's instructions other than my own taste. And I let it set for about 30 minutes so that it begins to draw the liquid out of here. Then all I do now is I just give it some good massaging. This breaks up the, what would you call it, like the cell structure that's inherent in cabbages and other plants and so on. So it breaks it up, it juices it, takes all the nice juice and squirts it out so that you know that you're ready to stuff it in a jar because you lift it up and you squeeze it. You see all that lovely juice coming out. And so that's how you know that you're ready. I'd like you to see that there's also a whole lot of juice here in the bottom of the bowl. Let me lift that up a little bit. You can see that juice swirling around in there. It's delicious. And that's all I've done so far. Now at this point, you can throw in some juniper berries or some caraway seeds. Those are really delicious. Or you can just stuff it in a jar and you're good. So I've got a jar here. Nice wide mouth. Nice funnel here to put it in. And I'm kind of messy, so I need a funnel to get it into the jar. The only other piece of equipment to get it in there that is actually not necessary, you can use your little, what would you call this, a masher. You can use that item that you use in your blender. You know, you can use one of those. You can grab a baseball bat or you can use your fist and just smash it down. The point is, you want to smash it down in the jar to have as little air as possible there. You just smash it down so that it's nice and tight. Then you throw in another handful. Again, if you want to put in some mustard seeds, caraway seeds, anything that you like in your sauerkraut, you can be sure that this sauerkraut is going to be the best you've ever had, unless you've made it yourself before. So I'm smashing it down and smashing it down a little bit more. And I could probably fill a couple of jars with a big head of cabbage, hot lettuce, and here we go. I'm going to just smash it down nice and tightly. That's fun. I don't know if you can see the juice that's coming up here in the jar, but as you smash it down nice and tight, you'll see the juice bubbling up. And after you get enough juice bubbling up, you can also take what's left in the bottom of your bowl and pour that in. There we go. So now we've poured in the juice. It's up above the rest of the cabbage. And just to make sure it stays down below the brine, which is what the juice is made with the salt that you put in, I have this little thing that you buy over at the fabric store to make plastic canvas kind of things. But I put that in there. It's called a follower. You can use a leaf, you can use anything, but it goes in there and it just sets on top to hold all the leaves down. And then I have a glass weight. You can also use a little baggie that you fill with some brine that you just want to put on top that just holds it all down. And then you just squash it down until the liquid comes up above. You see, it's up above your glass weight. If the juice isn't above your glass weight, you could probably smash it down a little bit more, or you can pour in a little salted water, which has the fancy word brine in it. It's just salted water, that's all it is. And then Now that you've got that in and your brine is coming up above all the things that are in there, your follower and your glass weight, you put a lid on it. I've got these nice lids that have this one-way valve on the top. What's going to happen is that your sauerkraut is going to begin to come alive, and the bacteria is going to fight with bad bacteria, and the good bacteria is going to win. And as it does, it lets off a little gas as it's working so hard. Poor little guys. And as it lets out a little bit of gas, it kind of gathers in the jar, and it needs to go somewhere. It will squirt out of this one-way valve. Now, it's a one-way valve so that nothing goes in, but everything comes out. Just put that on. Don't need to tighten it down too much. In fact, if you tighten it and then just back it up a little bit, you're good to go. This guy's going to be sauerkraut in 2 weeks, 1 month, however long you want it to be. The funny thing is, it'll turn a different color, and that's how you're going to know that it's done, because it's going to be more yellow or white. But another way that you can tell it's done is pull off that lid and taste it. As soon as it's as sour as you want it to be, time to put it on a hot dog or in a pizza or with your scrambled eggs, or make soup out of it. So many, or just eat it with a fork in order to put lots of good gut buddies in your tummy. That's about it. What you want to do is you want to now put it on a pie pan or something, because if it's real active, it'll squirt out not just gas, but some of the juice will come out. So you want to have it on a plate so that it catches the juice. And you want to put it in a warm spot, maybe 72 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a good amount. If it's a little more, it's going to go faster. If it's a little less, it's going to go slower. But keep an average of about 72 degrees. And that's it. You get ready to have some delicious sauerkraut. Nothing like the store-bought stuff. Good, live, full of probiotics, and delicious. You can find that recipe in my book, 40 Days to Fermenting Success, available on Amazon. Well, go enjoy yourself.